I'm Fatemeh. I'm very happy that I'm able to participate in this virtual international conference today and present the work that is the result of 5 years of continuous and interdisciplinary efforts and studies. First of all, I need to thank the organizers of this scientific conference. Second, it should be noted that I'm not an ophthalmologist, but my major studies are dynamical systems. And from this angle, I approach the problem of the saccadic eye movements. Well, I think it's better to start here. What is saccade? Then I want to give a brief description of the work I've done. Then I'll try in the opportunity which given to me to explain the method we have chosen in the modeling and the advantages of this method. I want to talk about Saccadic model and sigmoidal function. One of the important sources for better understanding the brain functions is the study of eye movements, because the analysis of the control of the eye movements is easier compared with the other nervous control systems. The extraocular muscles are located within the orbit, but are extrinsic and separate from the eyeball itself. They act to control the movements of the eyeball and the superior eyelid. There are 7 extraocular muscles: the levator palpebral superioris muscles, the superior oblique, the superior rectus, the middle rectus, the lateral rectus, the inferior rectus, and the inferior oblique. Functionally, they can be divided into 2 groups. The first group is responsible for eye movements, and the second group is responsible for superior eyelid movements. In this figure, you can see eye movements. In fact, all the extraocular muscles work in conjunction with one another to produce coordinated movements of the eyeball. Actually, the eyes can also rotate right, left, up, and down. In this figure, we can see that the nystagmus. It is a vision condition in which the eyes make repetitive and uncontrolled movements. These involuntary eye movements can occur from side to side, up and down, or in a circular pattern indeed. Generally, nystagmus is a symptom of another eye or medical problem. The direction of the beta of the simulated nystagmus is dependent on the initial direction of the saccade. Now, I want to answer the question, what is saccades? Saccades are rapid eye movements that humans and other animals perform 3 to 4 times per second to scan and perceive the environment around them. These movements orient the eye in a space with high precision and in a highly stereotyped fashion. For better understanding the saccades, I want to give you an example. For example, saccadic eye movement in reading. Eyes do not move continuously along a line of text, but make short, rapid movements intermixed with short stops. As you can see in this figure, every word is fixation point, and when I move between 2 words, saccade happened. A simple view of this would be to say that there are muscles which can rotate the eye to the left and muscles which can rotate the eye to the left, and that there are bursters associated with this. We now turn to the mathematical perspective of the Saccadic model, and then introduce a modified model for the Saccadic system. The following pair of ODEs are a model of the burst neurons and recitable integrator based on the assumption of the control models. I mean B dot and M dot, where f of m is a function that defines the curve of burst cell firing B against the dynamic motor error M, and epsilon is a small positive number. Actually, this model is a slow fast model, and we are gonna work on this model, especially in f of m. We are going to use the sigmoidal function and Nakarushton function instead of f of m. Historically, dynamical model of Saccadic system presented for the first time by Broomhead et al. It is worth mentioning that at this model, the recorded results of the reaction of right and left burst neurons during saccades are used in different amplitudes. Here, we just indicate this model and skip the explanation of it. Actually, in this model, combining the plant equations, I mean G dot, V dot, and N dot, with the burst equations, I mean B dot and M dot. We suppose that B equals R minus L. This set of 6 coupled ODEs will be referred to as the Saccadic equations. The Saccadic model is a dynamical system that simulates part of the oculomotor nerve system, which produces rapid eye movements for visual purposes and is known as saccades. This model is made according to the results of the firing rate model of the Saccadic system, which was recorded by Van Gisbergen et al. In this presentation, I want to introduce a new function in order to replace it with f of m in the Saccadic model. Actually, this function is very close to recorded the figure by Van Gisbergen. Indeed, f of m will be obtained by using the specific sigmoidal function, I mean logistic function, in equation 1, and the Nakarushton function for the right and left burst neurons in the Saccadic model, I mean equation 2. In the modified model, the behavior of past cells is discovered by the Nakarushton function. Indeed, the Nakarushton function for the right and left burst neurons in the Saccadic model describes the responses or Skype rates. Now, let me introduce revised function. By employing the logistic function and a specific Nakarushton function, we introduce a new function in the Saccadic model to describe each of the right and left burst responses, which helps us to understand the link between equilibrium point and the behavior of the modified model. Now we define F revised in the following formula. Let me show you figure of new F. We can see that the revised function is very close to recorded function. I want to show you the recorded function. This is the recorded function and the function that we introduce. It's F revised, and you can see it's very close to the recorded figure. By substituting the function f revised instead of f of x in the bilateral Saccadic model, we have L dot, R dot, M dot, and U dot. Actually, the modified model has greatly promoted the main model by solving the lack of differentiability. The origin is an equilibrium point for main model and modified model, although the main model is not differentiable at the equilibrium point, but the modified model is differentiable at this point. The graphs both have the same general appearance. At the end of this presentation, I want to mention some results and future work. By substituting the modified model for the bilateral model of the Saccadic system, we can study and compare the original and changed models dynamically and biologically. Another result of this research is that in certain situations, changes in the dynamical system to analyze from stability to instability and vice versa may be noticed, which is why bifurcation exists. It is possible that the new model will be widely used in biological science in terms of laboratory and experimental work. And this part of the research will be postponed to the future work. Our references are, it is a very important references. Thank you for your attention.